like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And there's a lot of news happening. It's newsing all over the place. You better watch where you step. There's a bit of news there, and a lot of it is not good. I have to tell you, most of the stories I'm going to be covering there are either bollocks, I hope they're bollocks, or reasonably sad, right? So I think that will be the that's kind of the breakdown we have to look forward to. I'm recording this on Thursday, January 13th at about 1:30 in the afternoon. If there's more news happens before I drop this video, which I guess is going to be on Friday, yeah, actually, I was going to do my ratings. I recorded my ratings video already. I was going to put that out on Friday. Then going to move that over to Saturday. I'm going to put this out on Friday. Why? Because news videos should try and be a bit more current, right? So, yeah, we got a lot of news to talk about. Before we get to it, can you hit the like button? That'll be fantastic. Double dozy. Thank you. Hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. If you're on Rumble, baby. Rumble for your life. I don't know what that means. There's a little plus sign apparently. Click that, and that's like giving a like. So thank you very much. And subscribe. Comments very good, especially on YouTube. It really helps the algorithm. It helps me a lot. Because YouTube do not like me. They do not at all. They demonetize my channel. And go check the video notes. In the video notes, there is a link to something called Substack. It's a newsletter I put out daily, if I can remember. Okay, that's the content I put out on the channel. But also, I pack it with a bunch more stuff. There's the Ice Warriors. It's a one-page strip that goes out on Sundays. I'm colouring it as well. Oh man, we put the first episode out. I'm really happy with it. I'm really genuinely very chuffed with it, I have to tell you. So that's going on. And, it's free. So did I mention it's free? And also, I think we're going to start a strip called Red Ghost very soon. Now, Red Ghost is a strip I did with Stefano Cardacelli. He also did the artwork for Ice Warriors. And I think I have a paid Substack. If you want to support the paid one, thank you very much. Really, that'd be fan-freaking-tastic. Think of it as a Patreon. So that strip, the Red Ghost strip, is going to be on the paid one. But I think I'm going to put the first few episodes on the free one. Give you a bit of a taste, baby. Give you a bit of taste. You know, get you hooked, reel you in, have you beg for more, or maybe just, or maybe you'll like it. I don't know. So like, share, subscribe, comment, rumble, all those things. Freaking awesome, and genuinely, thank you very much. Fine, let's look at this first story, which is kind of the opposite of a thank you. It's a FU very much story. Doctor Who animated reconstruction missing episodes is cancelled. So this kind of reminds me of an old Jewish joke. You know, you have these old Jews at a deli. And one Jew's complaining to the other. Jews are good at complaining. Okay, Jews are kind of like old Catholics. If you need like a closer frame of reference, so one Jew goes, "Oh, the food here is terrible. The soup is watery. It's got no flavour. It's disgusting. The matzo balls are soft." By the way, an aside. Every week we have a Titanic battle at my house. We on Friday nights it's Sabbath, and we have like a big family meal on that, and we will do lunch. We start the family meal after. Yeah, I'm not going to go all the details, but the first course is soup. We have a traditional Jewish chicken soup, and in traditional Jewish chicken soup, we put these dumplings called matzo balls, which are okay. It's too complicated. I'm not going to go into that, but they're very good. However, the argument is: do you want the hard matzo ball or do you want the soft matzo ball? Right? You're hard one. Actually, the best combination: soft on the outside, hard on the inside. But anyway, that's so. Anyway, the Jews they're complaining. The matzo balls, they're falling apart. And then they said, "Yeah, right." And you know what else? The portions are very small too. So that's kind of how I feel about this. I've complained a lot about the missing episode reconstruction. Some of the animations has not been very good, especially this the team that did this one, the last one, Free from the Deep. Really disappointed with that one. I was really looking forward to it. And we've had a few dodgy ones. But you know what? Oh man, don't complain about anything, because the great thing about these animated reconstructions is you get to experience the story as closer to the original experience. Now, I had no doubt in my mind they're going to be replaced by another far better method of reconstructing these stories in the future, and I'll buy it again. Look, because like, I'm buying the Blu-rays now. I bought the DVDs. I bought the VHS. You know, what do you want out of me? I'm gonna buy it again. It's gonna happen. But yeah, you did. You got to experience these stories as they were originally. That's why I only watched the black and white version. Apart, however, Galaxy 4, which wasn't a great story in of itself. I found the color animation much better. It was like the Filmation Star Trek from the 70s. But yeah, so I'm really gutted because we were filling in all those holes. We had they were looking at Dalek Master Plan. I think that was coming up. They built up so many assets of these things that are in the future. So I think there are two possible reasons for this, which I don't know about. This is my. Everything is guesswork, baby, unless I read it from a source. This is guesswork. I'm thinking that BBC America, who have pulled their funding, they just don't get enough return from Doctor Who to justify the money they put into it. And I think that's entirely because the Jodie Whittaker run has made Doctor Who, not very popular. People keep saying, "Oh no, people just consume media differently to it." No. People consume media exactly the same way. If it's garbage, they don't consume it. Apart from the people who are saying that, the crazies that say that, because they consume media differently. They think if they, I'm not even say politically, like sociologically align with, are an ally with whoever's making the media, then they will somewhat like they thought that. They the whole world is divided in, well, whole Western world is divided into, divided, right? We have a cultural conflict going on. It's been going on for a long time, years and years now. And the people making the current Doctor Who are very much on one side of the social conflict. And they believe, I think, a lot of nonsense, right? They believe a lot of nonsense, like women are an abused underclass in society. What society is that? Really? I mean, I don't think they are, right? I don't think they are. But don't make me wrong. That's not saying women aren't abused in a way that's specific only for women, right? Yeah, those things have. Sexual assaults happen. All those sort of things happen, right? Racism happens. Sexism happens. I still don't think I don't think England or the Western world is racist or sexist. I just don't believe it. Honestly, in terms of racism, I would say people more on the left-wing side of things are probably more racist, are more prone to racism, because people judge others based on their own outlook, right? So I think, and this would really explain like these left-wing policies, which are so racist. Like in America, they're trying to stop having any voter ID because black people can't work out how to get ID. That sounds racist to me. I'm sorry. I think that sounds very, very racist. But I do think that's how liberals do look at minorities. They go, oh, well, they can't be left up to their own devices. They don't know what they're doing. We better look after them. That's called being racist. And you know what? It would be fine if they had a freaking point, right? If they were ever right about anything, ever. But they're always wrong about everything. So, they were wrong about Doctor Who. They said, it'll be stunning and brave, we'll break the glass ceiling. Then it wasn't. And they said, no, we're still as popular as ever. No, you're not. You're not. Why? How do you know you're not? Because this! Idiots! Because of this! And it's, again, I'm really, really gutted. They needed to do, I think, Wheel in Space was the only one needed for season, I think, 3, right? I think of season. Well, no, that was Hartnell. That'll be season 5, I think. That was the only one needed for, and then I think there was another one. Honestly, listen, given my choice, what I would really, really, really like is, and I've said this many times over, say Big Finish or a company like that to crowdsource of doing a live action reconstruction of the episodes using exactly the same sets or recreate them as closely as possible. Say start with Marco Polo, have Dave Bradley star in it, film it in black and white. They did something very similar with Mission to the Unknown, the prequel to Dalek Master Plan. These college students did it, and it was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. Because I want to be able to relive these stories, right? So if you get like the an Adventure in Time and Space crew, crowdsource it. And here's how I think it'll make money. By the way, you say the only way you can get a copy is if you join the crowdsourcing campaign. That you can instantly get a streaming copy, or you get whatever, and then you can go to the set. There's all these different things you could do, right, to raise money. And then, say if there's Big Finish doing it, they then gift the episode to the BBC, where they then can commercially use. And then they start the next crowdfunding one. At that point, Big Finish are in television production of Doctor Who, which is what I think they really want to be doing, right? I think that's where they want to be going. So I just think the lack of popularity of Doctor Who is what's killed this. Could be another theory as well, that Sony is taking over Doctor Who, and they go, oh, that's making some money. Why don't we bring it all in-house? That could be happening. Could be connected to the Russell D. Davies version. As you know, that does bear some thought. You know, that does have some credence, because Doctor Who magazine, for example, I think that's existing, waiting for the Russell D. Davies years to start. Because I know a lot of people who just still buy it on habit, which is me. I get the digital copy on habit, and so I can review it. But I just don't want to cancel, right? I don't want to cancel it. I'm like, 6 months, we're having good Doctor Who, right? It's 6 issues, I'll go for it. But don't get the digital one, man, it's really not good. The print's really, really not good. So, yeah, we're kind of waiting for the Russell D. Davies era to start. The other thing is, look, Russell D. Davies loves Doctor Who. He could look at this and go, oh, no, it's like the same way he saved Big Finish when Doctor Who started. He could go, no, we got to continue with this. And he wants to do a multiverse, right? He wants to have a multiple. This could be something he wants to do. Honestly, Doctor Who animation, I think, has a lot of legs to it, right? Animation Day, generally speaking, has a lot of legs to it. Again, you can get Big Finish people to do the voices. You can do War Doctor, you can do all kinds of things. So we don't know what's going on. All we know is it seems like it's cancelled right now, which I'm really sad about. Fine. With that lengthy introduction, let's read the article. Animated reconstructions of missing Doctor Who serials from the 60s have been scrapped after BBC America has reportedly pulled its funding. Animated reconstructions of old Doctor Who serials have reported... Yeah, we just said that! Literally! Despite the popularity it's enjoyed during the ongoing 58-year run, the legacy of Doctor Who has not always been held with such reverence as was commonplace back in the 60s. Several original takes. Okay, they're talking about how so. Okay, it's given the history, right? Yeah, listen, if you don't know, in the 60s, the BBC are a very fragmented organisation. There was the archive group, I think, wanted to get rid of junk some episodes to make room, and they have another group that was holding it on another type of tape, and they all basically junked it at the same time without checking with each other. That's essentially roughly the story. The Missing Years documentary, I think, is actually on YouTube. That tells you everything you need to know. Deborah Watling and Fraser Hines front set. Deborah Watling is really, really bad, actually, narrating that. You know, so she says stuff like, was the weird, just at a weird emotional range, like, and then in the 60s they were all gone. Like, this weird, like, very much Michael Burnham acting, if you know what I mean. It was really strange. Fine, so they're narrating it. To rectify, the BBC have experimented with restoring missing episodes through the medium of animation. Yeah, because people love Doctor Who from the beginning, and they recorded them, right? They recorded off air, so we got the audio, right? John Cora did the telesnaps where he took pictures off the TV so actors could use it in their resume, right? So it's funny when you think about that. That's how it worked. So the first one they tried with this was brilliant. Cosgrove Hall did the animation. It's the Patrick Down story animation. Up until Evil of the Daleks, which came out last year, the best one. Hands down the best one. It was really, 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 really good. Let's see if they run us through. Audio, the sound exists, music intact. With this available, BBC commissioned several studios bring animations to the empty DVD shelves. These attempts have restored 26 episodes from the 1960s and even spawned the infamous unfinished Fourth Doctor serial Shada, which I'm watching right now in the individual episodes. So much better. Oh my god, so much better in individual episodes. Complete animation with new voice work. Yeah, you know what? Before I do my review of that, I've really got to try and check out the Ian Levine version, which they spiked because of it. According to the Daily Mirror via the Cyber Devil, whose name rings a bell. I think I've seen him on Twitter, I'm sure. The upcoming reconstruction of the Patrick Troughton series, The Abominable Snowman, will reportedly be the last animation produced for the missing episodes. The apparent reason the BBC America pulling their fundings from the initiative after the partnership with BBC Studios enabled animations to be produced for DVD and Blu-ray releases and airing on BBC America afterwards. The article provides a quote from the insider who elaborated on what this means for future range. It's over, right? I was on somebody. Who was it? I can't even remember. What was it? Mad Men in a Box. I think it's probably coming out next week. Somebody else's channel talking about this morning. And somebody says, "Oh man, the Yeti looks like Grimace from McDonald's." Yes, he does. Yes, he does. You know, I honestly, I think we should insert more McDonald's characters in Doctor Who. I think it'll probably make it a lot more fun. It's a real blow for fans who hope to be able to watch every episode from the early years. It's a real shame the funding has gone. 4 of the first 6 seasons only need one story to be animated complete. It's really cutting. I'm not sure how quickly they would have been animated. You got like Highlanders, they said, is one they wouldn't be able to animate, and Will in Space they would have been able to though. And what's the other one I'm thinking of? The Space Pirates. That's the other one they were very reticent to animate. So I don't know. I really don't know. This one undoubtedly disappointed with fans, as it seems that slowly but surely the entire catalogue of missing episodes was on track to be restored, and it did seem to be very commercially viable, right? They made money as far as they outsold Jodie. I think they really made money. The abandonment of the funding seems odd due to a niche but dedicated audience and a sense of prestige around this project. Which this is why I think Russell T Davies and Sony may be connected with this and may step in. This might not be the end, but I'm just kind of an optimist on these sort of things because I like to be happy, right? This may be the case in finding new financing for the project. The article posits that the streaming service BritBox, partially set up by BBC, could step up to fill the position. Do they fund original content? However, this could take time, meaning the relatively consistent release schedule of animations that fans have been used to may see a significant delay. Yeah, look, if we're getting more than Web of Fear next year, this year I will be surprised. The animated reconstructions have not always been overwhelmingly positive. Yeah, this is where I started. I mean, what was it? Reign of Terror was particularly bad, right? But it was it was 2 episodes out of a 6-part story, but it was particularly bad, right? All the ones connected with Big Finish are particularly bad. It's amazing. BBC are numerous different studios to animate various serials. The other one that was weird is the Ice Warriors. They all had very bendy arms on that one. Which led to inconsistent animation style. Fans had criticized elements such as awkward staging, incorrect likenesses, and a widely unpopular attempt to use 3D animation in the recent Web of Fear. Yeah, listen, that one just didn't work. I wish it did. It was a good idea, right? It was a good idea. It's just not there yet, right? But it was that seemed to be a way to go, something to develop. But not publishable, right? You can't. That was awful. It was so bad. However, fans seem to agree that the animation they were finding at feet, the recent release of Evil of the Daleks, and again, that team, they did Macra Terror. I should just look over there. Too far away. I can't bloody see. Macra Terror. What else is with it? They did Power of the Daleks, that team, but that wasn't that great. And Faceless Ones. Man, I love the Faceless Ones, right? And Evil of the Dark, I didn't realize how contemporary a story it is. It's so modern, right? It's so modern. BBC America produces the project with a lot of love and fandom, but unfortunately it appears another setback in restoring the complete history of Doctor Who. Yeah, listen, it is sad, right? It is. Watch this space. Watch this space. We may get some new news. You know who's not going to get any new news, right? You know who nothing is going to change forever. John Barrowman. Lovely John Barrowman. Still obsessed with John Barrowman, right? Still obsessed with hating John Barrowman. If you do not know the story, firstly, be happy you don't know the story. It's a stupid one. When Noel Clarke was cancelled, and again, based on nothing, right? Has he been charged with anything? No, right? There's absolutely nothing. There's one woman that said that she conned him into doing a naked interview, naked rehearsal. So they secretly filmed it. The other accounts is, though, that's absolute nonsense. There's many other people in the room. The casting director was in the room, and there's no way he could have secretly filmed it. And why would you? I mean, honestly, I was going to say, why would you? There's unlimited free pornography on the interwebs, if you didn't know. Like, unlimited, literally unlimited. And I was on a channel once, and they were reading out the categories of porn. I was like, really? Really? Look, in my day, you had boy, girl, or girl, girl, right? Or girl, girl, boy, right? That's it. And we were all fine, right? Nobody needed any vacuum granny porn, right? We were all fine. I think, yeah, the unlimited, the absolutely unlimited selection of porn might not be good for society. Anyway, as I said, so I was going to say, why would he? But then again, there was quite a famous story. The married Jewish women. It's a very Jewy episode this week, isn't it? Married Jewish women, they do a thing called going to a mikveh, which is a ritual bath once a month as part. Basically, you can't have sex for like about 2 weeks out of every month. That sounds like it'll be a nightmare. It's actually pretty good because it kind of always keeps your marriage alive, right? You're always like, oh, it's like separate, and also you get to treat your wife as a person, rather than a provider of sex. So, there's a lot of good things about it. But to get to a state where you can have relations, and once again, you got to go to this ritual bath, which you go into it naked. Obviously, it's a bath. So apparently, there was this creepy rabbi who put in hidden cameras into this ritual bath they call mikveh. I was like, that's so gross, okay? That's so freaking gross. I think it was he was in prison afterwards, and I do believe he now knows very much what it is to feel like a lady. Let me put it that way, right? Especially around shower time. Anyway. So I would say the same thing there. Like, what were you thinking, dude? There's unlimited free porn. If you want to look at naked women, it's not freaking hard. I guess it's looking at naked women against their will. Guess what? Like, now you say it out, it's so gross, right? I would be fine with that in some kind of fantasy setting, but in real life, that's really gross. Like, okay, if you have sex with somebody dressing as a sexy schoolgirl, I would say that's okay. If you have sex with a schoolgirl, I would say that's super not okay. Okay, don't do that, right? Yeah, I mean, even if she's over 60, don't do that. Don't do that. I mean, unless you're a schoolboy, okay? Which is, then do that, okay? Then it's okay. Fine. I guess there's rules for everything. But anyway, that was a weird tangent. So, you were talking about Noel Clarke. That's how we got into it. Noel Clarke. Fine. Noel Clarke hasn't been charged with anything. It seems to be just a lot. He pissed off people, right? And they like the Salem witch trials, they disingenuously used it. But at the same time, Noel Clarke. I mean, at the same time Clarke goes down, John Barrowman gets caught in this vortex when they bring out a video of Noel Clarke from 2013 talking about how John Barrowman would very often get his dick out behind backstage, right? Much to the hilarity of everybody. Apparently, they talked about this very openly in the rap party because it was a laugh and everybody kind of enjoyed it. Apart from like the woke skulls, like this weirdo. So there was no victim in this crime, right? However, the John Barrowman has transgressed the morality of the evil woke skulls over here, and they will never, ever, ever, ever let it go. Never apologize. Never, ever apologize to weirdos. if you've been following what's going on with Doctor Who and Torchwood star John Barrowman through the coverage, you will know that the last time we checked in with Captain Jack, it was November 2020. No, you've run articles about him, and we were expressing our concerns. What are you concerned about? What's your concern? Why are you concerned with other people, Ray Fluke? Why are you concerned about, how does this affect you in any way? And again, who is the victim of this crime? Oh no, John Barrowman is, and you're the perpetrator, right? I'm concerned that you're a cunt. How about that? I'm concerned. I am concerned about it. Well, a lot of us are concerned about you, Bleeding Court and Ray Fluke. Yeah, we're concerned. Was getting quite wasn't quite getting it. I'm not getting it because you haven't explained it because you got nothing to explain because you're a weirdo moron woke scold. In a nutshell, Barrowman was called out early in 2021 when allegations of inappropriate behavior resurfaced in a 2014 video. No! Liar! There was no allegation. This was Noel Clarke on stage with Camille Kadori talking about how John Barrowman will get his dick out behind the scenes to break the tension. One time Camille Kadori was in the makeup chair. She looked at her shoulder. It was John Barrowman's penis. Now, listen, I think I'll be vaguely interested to see that. I don't know. But she didn't seem to be bothered because if you come from a traditional theatre, there's a lot of nudity there. And again, show me the victim. Who is the victim of this crime? Is it society? Who's the victim? So you just lied your ass off in that line. Where his Doctor Who co-star Noel Clarke, who was facing his own allegations, whatever happened to those? You kind of forgot about him altogether. Discussed Barrowman exposing himself on set. Again, the way you're playing it in no way reflects the reality of how it was presented. Right? You're making it sound like, oh, it came out that he secretly, look at my penis! No. He was like, hey guys, whoa, look at this. They also have farting competitions in the TARDIS, right? I mean, thank God you don't find that inappropriate as well, because, heaven help him. Exposing Barrowman will release a statement saying the Guardian expressed his high-spirited behaviour that he said only ever intended in good humour to entertain colleagues on set backstage. Why are you questioning that? What's your evidence against that? Okay. No. That's it. That's your argument. Anyway, with the benefit of hindsight, I understand that may have upset may have been caused. Really? By whom? Who reported this upset? By my exuberant behaviour, and I apologise for this briefly. Since my apology in November 2008, we are talking. Was it? We're at 14 years ago now, right? 14 years ago. Honestly, when this is 18 years old, they'll still be going on. They'll always go on. My understanding and my behaviour have also changed. Yes. So, and again, you have any evidence to the contrary? But since that time, some have questioned whether or not Barrowman recognised the severity of his action. I'm questioning if it was severe. Can you, explain it to me? Can you explain it to me, please? No, you can't. Why? What? Again, who's the victim? Who is the victim? Was this abnormal behaviour in that industry? No, it wasn't, was it? Whether his severity then acted, if he's truly owning up to his past and learning from it. You are just a communist piece of shit that wants to put him through a struggle session, and you're getting off on it because you're a cunt. That's why, because you are a cunt. And I think that's a fair. I think that's a fair assessment. His appearance on the TITV Lorraine in November last year did little to help calm those concerns. Why? From cunts like you? And did a recent response on Twitter regarding his returning Doctor Who and impossible Torchwood reboot. When a fan tweeted, please make up with the BBC and return to Doctor Who and help reboot Torchwood. Us Whovians need you. Yes. Chris Chibnall needed you, mate, right? And again, you helped Chris Chibnall out over and over, freaking again, and look what happened. Honestly, disloyalty is something that just makes me want to retch. It's so gross, and it's exactly what these people are. And he responded with a retweet that read, "Mate, they dumped me. I don't need to make up with anyone." Yes, they did. They did dump him over nothing, over absolutely nothing. And there's an article I'm going to be reading tonight on my live stream. I might clip it out as a video, right? From about a TV show called Wokeism or something like that, which had a female black showrunner who was fired because she wasn't anti-racist and replaced by a white guy until the show aired, when they replaced him with literally any black person so they didn't seem like racist, right? That all seems like that's very, very racist, right? That's the people we're dealing with here. I understand. I hope they come to their senses. In a thread, Barrowman suggested that fans tweet the BBC, not me. Yes, and tweet Big Finish. Absolutely. This is a yes. Tweet the BBC. Tweet Bleeding Cool. These weirdo woke skulls. Barron appeared on Lorraine to share his thoughts on the controversy after some time to reflect, and he said, "I think if it happened now, it would be crossing a line. I agree with you. But I think something that happened over 15 years ago, it was bawdy behavior, silly behavior. It was, being done in the confines of a set. And, we were a family working together." Yes! Yeah, and here's the thing they don't want to admit. They don't want to admit they moved the dial a billion miles, right? They do not want to admit they are the Inquisition, right? They have changed the barometer. They want to say, no, what we think has always been the way. Honestly, it's like Animal Farm, isn't it? When on the Animal Farm, the book about the rise of communist Russia, they have all the rules of the commandments written on the barn door, and they keep finding those commandments just subtly changing until they're all gone and replaced. They don't want to admit they've moved anything, but yes, you have. Mama said, to be clear, the 15 years ago he references was the difference between 2006 and 2021. In fact, the stories that I've already told you, have been telling them for years. Oh, this is Sid Barrow. The story I've been telling for years. I haven't hidden anything. This is true. They've been exaggerated, and they tried to turn them into a sexual harassment, which is absolutely not. I agree with you. So I think Ray Fluke's not going to like this bit of a truth bomb, isn't it? But the biggest one when people attacking him on social media because of Barrowman, what's wrong with what he just said? Right? I don't know. What is wrong with what he's just said? He's not coming up with an argument because he doesn't have one. But the biggest problem, people attacking him on social media because of Barrowman is they weren't there. Well, that is quite a big problem. Right, that is quite a big problem, right? Everything gets taken out of context. The only thing you can freaking trust is don't trust what anybody tells you unless you trust that person, right? The only thing you can trust is what you see and hear yourself. Everything else is up for. I'm going to give you another Jewy story to illustrate that, right? There was this ultra-Orthodox religious, ultra-Orthodox religious children's story writer called Chaim Walder, I think is his name. Who recently killed himself by his son's grave, and it's come out that he was accused, and sounds like he's guilty of sin, of child abuse, of sexual impropriety, right? So there's this big furore that was a Rebbetzin, who's basically a female rabbi, right? I know this woman. Brilliant woman, one of the most brilliant minds I've ever met. I mean, she's in her 90s, and she is sharp, way sharper than me, man, and stuff she knows. So apparently, she came out. The story is, she came out in support of this guy, right? I don't believe that story because I know the book, but I haven't heard what she actually said. All I can hear, the only way I can make any evaluation on the story is. If I hear what she says for myself. Probably she says something like, we shouldn't rush to judgment without knowing things. Or something, I don't know, but I'm not rushing to judgment without actually hearing the statement, because it's very important to be there. Yes, being part of a mob, a woke mob, is a bad thing, right? A bad thing that you should not aspire to. And that the one thing that, you know, for me, all the people making fuss about it, they weren't there. Yes, who was the victim? Again, they don't know the context it was done. Like I said, I would never do it now. But what we're not allowing people, myself, to do with the continuing bashing the press and everything that's going on is just to sell newspapers. Is we're not allowing people to learn, adapt, and change. Yes. And I can't wait. Like 20 years from now, the kids of these people will be like, wait a minute, you use the colour purple? Do you hate midgets or whatever? I think midget's a bad word, isn't it? I thought midget was a technical word, but no, I can never remember. Little people, I believe, is the right word. Honestly, if that's a word that's offensive, I really do not mean to use it. I'm trying to remember what the technical word, but that's the freaking world we live in today. Okay, that's the freaking world we live in. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. You know, you're applying today's morals, which are insane, on a time that we weren't insane. Well, less insane. He argued. So let's hear that. Time's Up UK didn't buy Barrowman's argument by exposing himself and said was much more acceptable in 2006. Again, that's not what he said. And why are you lying? Look at it. Here's a picture of him. Like, you don't strike me as somebody with much life experience, Mr. Flo. Okay? You do not strike me as somebody with much life. Oh, you're serving as television editor since 2018. Okay. Who cares? And, like, it doesn't look like, you know, you're somebody who I will go, oh, yeah, you've experienced a few things in life. I'll trust you. Following Barron's apology, the organisation issued statements of variety, pushing back on his comments, said, the suggestion that John Barrowman, that his well-documented actions do not constitute sexual harassment. They don't. Reveals yet again the need for the entertainment to underline and reassert expectations and standards of behaviour which is totally unacceptable. Off. Time Up UK. Off. You know whose time's up, UK? Your bloody time is up. You know who else's time is up? Oh, thankfully, Jodie Whittaker, but she's threatening to come back, Jodie. Jodie, darling. Really. Give it up, baby. You know, no. In a recent interview, Jodie Whittaker discussed the possibility of returning for the 6th anniversary special. There's some Doctor Who fans who haven't killed themselves yet. I think I'll give it a... Don't try suicide, kids. Not bad, not confused. Let's just find the bloody quote. Entertainment Weekly. I'm very lucky he allowed me to have his number, Whittaker said, referring to a new show on Russell T Davies. You are bloody lucky. And have you tried it? Don't hold your breath. Like she tries it. The time after the... for the people to pass the baton on to. I mean, it's absolutely an honour and joy. The reason they passed the baton on to him is because you destroyed the bloody show, you moron. Oh. Absolutely, it's certainly in the safest and most exciting hands. Well, unlike yours. Oh, bloody hell. That just terrifying. And what a wonderful time for the show. Well, as opposed to your one. Once you're in Doctor Who, you never want to leave. We all want you to leave. Everybody, we want you to leave. Bye. Can I help you pack? That'd be great. That'd be lovely. I suppose it's a bit of hope. I like, when you do leave, it doesn't necessarily mean forever. For you, it does, darling. I bet Big Finish. Please try it. Do some Jodie Whittaker disc. Go on, give it a go, darling. Let's have a laugh. It was wherever the more previous Doctor 50th anniversary, David Tennant. Okay, so now I'm saying people do come back to Doctor Who, right? And Whoopi Goldberg still not being played Doctor Who after Jodie Whittaker's exit. Listen, I don't know what I would say if Russell T Davies goes for Whoopi. She's a good actress, right? Whoa. I've said I'm reserving judgments until I actually see his final product. He's earned that with me, right? He has certainly earned that with me. So I'm reserving judgment until I see the final product. But boy, you cast Whoopi Goldberg, that's going to be a tough one. Okay, that's going to be a tough one. Please don't do that, mate. But who is the next Doctor, right? Who is that? This is the stupidest one I've heard so far, right? Everybody's the next Doctor. This is absolutely the stupidest one. Jodie Whittaker to be replaced by a Rules of Game actor in Doctor Who. No, she's not. I mean, I don't even know who Rules of Game are. According to the latest odds for finding the next Doctor, Jodie Whittaker of Doctor Who could be replaced by the Rules of Game star. Why don't you just say her name or his name? Jodie Whittaker has announced that she'll be blah 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 blah. Huddersfield-born actor could be replaced by who? Rules of Game star, according to later maker Coral Hill bookmakers. Raki Thakra, who plays Shandam Masood in the long-running soap opera EastEnders. She's still in that. Fine. Do they have a picture of her? Okay, so she is Paul McGann's companion in the Time War. The Time War box set, so I'm not sure. And she was very good at that. She's very good at everything. Trouble with Big Finish, they do overuse her a lot because she's not white, and she's a woman, and she can act, and she's actually pretty darn good. You put her in the Star Cup, but they put her in just so much stuff, right? Because you just got kind of bored of hearing her. Yeah, that would. Please don't do that, Russell. Please don't do. Again, fine actress, absolutely fine actress. This is a masculine role. In my opinion, it's a masculine role. I believe that means it can still be played by a woman, but I believe it to be a masculine role. Russell, mate, Russell, we're all hoping against hope, right? We're all hoping against hope. What else have we got? Oh yeah, this is another one coming up here. Danny Dyer versus the Daleks, really? No. Maybe. I don't think he'll be that great in the role either, quite frankly. I liked EastEnders, right? I liked EastEnders, but basically he's leaving EastEnders. I don't blame you, mate. Should have got out years ago. So they're saying he's a free actor. So Danny loves EastEnders, but an actor he feels it's time to explore other roles. What now? It's gone turned into woke garbage for years. Now it gets like under 3 million. It's like maybe it's time to go. Maybe it's time to go. Let's see, Jodie Whittaker. We're just starting auditions, says Rossi Davis. Even if Dyer says not playing though, he can still join the show as a newcomer. Oh, God. Nothing. Absolutely nothing, right? There is no indication whatsoever Danny Dyer is the next Doctor. Also not indicated to be the next Doctor. The Grand Serpent himself, Craig Parkinson, who... Let me think. Would I like him as a Doctor? No, I wouldn't like him as a Doctor. He's got that very, he doesn't strike. He always plays villains for a reason, right? He doesn't strike me as a heroic person. He strikes me as more a villainous person. So let's see if why they're even saying his name after he was asked about the possibility during appearance on This Morning in early December. Parkinson said, "I can't say anything." One sec. What's he saying about? The actor made quite an impression on the role, and Chris Chibnall has said he's been specifically written for him. And recently had rather few outlandish rumours that he could return as a different character, replacing Jodie Whittaker as a Doctor. He said, "Oh, well, I can't say anything." I was pissing around. But unless he isn't, right? Anything could happen. It's 2022, baby. Really, penises aren't masculine anymore, right? Don't tell me there's nothing that can happen. Anything could happen. But now he's commented further in an interview on Radio Times magazine. That's exactly what they are, rumours, he said. Whoever steps into those shoes, they're big shoes to fill. Well, Jodie has played it like a clown, so that would explain it. I would probably prefer to be playing the Master than the Doctor if I was going to be doing it right now. Caused a few tears at bedtime. Yeah, you don't want to be the first bloke, because the woke scores are going to be insane if it's a bloke. In the same interview, Parker revealed that he is taking part in a recent series was particularly rewarding to him because it was great for his 10-year-old son, Hardy, to be able to watch him. He's not as impressed that his dad is an actor, not one bit. So I've always longed to get him something to watch, and that's why Doctor Who is a bit of a dream. Bet he doesn't watch it, mate. Okay, so listen, he's a boy, he's probably white, because you're white, so good chance he's a white boy, probably not that interested in it, along with black boys, black girls, white girls, everybody is not that interested in watching this era of Doctor Who. Why? Because it's not very good. Okay, that's that. So how do you know it's not very good? Because so incredibly unpopular. Oh, where'd it go? It's so incredibly unpopular that it caused this to be cancelled, which was popular. Okay? That's how unpopular it is. That's pretty darn bad. My name is Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.